Okay, so this is Club Wyndham, Branson at the Meadows, and they sent me over to this VIP owner check-in because I do own with Wyndham, but I don't know if I stayed here on my ownership. This is the check-in area. A quick scan of buildings. Nice big looking resort. There's a guest or non-owner check-in over there, so I might have to go over there. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so here we are in section 240 or section 26. And I think we're in room 148 according to the stuff. It's green, that's a good sign. So, first floor here instead of the fifth floor, so not anywhere near as nice, but this was an RCI, I think, extra vacation. So, the second room, which unfortunately has, right out to the walkway, but luckily there are these down things here, so that's nice. Got a double bed, so that's cool. A kind of strange large closet. So then this must be the bathroom. Nice. Lights. So this is pretty standard Wyndham, does not, in fact, have a hand sprayer, but otherwise, I think this is fine. I know some people don't like the fiberglass tubs and things. Doesn't bother me, really. The thing that affects me a lot more is like the one where you had to limbo under in Nashville. And again, like not having the sprayer. Most don't, so I'm not going to really hold it against Wyndham here, but it was a major plus at the Marriott, and I wish every place had those. Alright, so that's the secondary bedroom. This is another one kind of like in Nashville where it has this random island. Okay, sure. Why not? Kitchen, living room here. So unfortunately, too, because this is a two-bedroom unit, it's one temperature control, which again, my thoughts on that. I much prefer having dual temperature control, but can't hold it against a standard two-bedroom, really. I mean, lock-offs have their own potential negatives for people. Nice enough living room. I don't really have any complaints. Pretty standard Wyndham. This is a little worn down, this chair. But the table and everything looks, first glance pretty nice. See places we can set up. Let's see. Okay, that's not it. Over here. Maybe this will be, yes, washer dryer, so that's always good. Always like to see that. So what's over here? Garbage can. I don't know why it's hidden, but yeah, okay, cool things. All right, and then after this, we've got the TV here. We've got the balcony. I guess this still feels like a balcony because I can see that there is, in fact, locker here. Wyndham locker things are always like, how does that work? All right, can I? Oh, there we go. All right, I'm like trying to open it. So, yeah, very functional. Seems fine. Not quite as nice as at Marriott, but nothing too bad. I like this balcony here. I guess it's not really a balcony, like I said, but it feels like it because kind of up and over another layer of units, so this is pretty nice and might be fun to sit there. Now I saw other people checking in. It looks like this place is a lot busier than the Marriott. Again, maybe because it's cheaper, easier to get into, bigger location. So I'm afraid that even now that we're past the Labor Day, maybe we are in fact not going to be slowing down very much. It might still be really busy. Okay, so this is the main bedroom. Got a view out to the, I keep wanting to call it balcony. I mean, I don't know what else you'd call that. Sitting area, porch, patio. A view kind of out onto the top of the stepped things going down in. King size bed here. And as is popular in these places, we've got the bathtub kind of in the bedroom, which I don't really get. Nice pedestal sink. That's actually kind of neat. Looks pretty good. I wonder what the heck this is. There's a little accent there. Like, as Wyndhams go, this is I don't know. I mean, I've heard people really talk down this Branson at the Meadows, but ooh, look at that. Here they've got a hand sprayer in their shower. So that's really nice. Wish the shower that I was going to get had that, but... And it's nice that, you got your shower and your toilet in a separate room, so you can close it off from the bedroom. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that this is bad at all. This is already, just at first impressions, I would say better than the Nashville for sure. And not as nice as the Marriott, but just like a little under it, like 1 point maybe. And they have benefits here, I think, of having more amenities because they do have a sauna. So I can't wait to check that out.
Then I'll be right here.
So you like the first floor? It makes it easy?
Oh, it is easier to bring things in.
I like going up. I like having a balcony. We have a little patio.
Yeah.
Not bad, but I like the. I mean, it's kind of like a balcony because this whole place.
There's like a terrace? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said earlier. Yeah, it's kind of terraced.
Put your veggie tray in the fridge, maybe.
We need to get the other stuff out of the fridge, but I'll go get that in a minute. Okay, right here. Better fridge design, in my opinion. With more room, no sliding things that you needed. Built-in ice machine, simple to find, simple to use, pretty standard. Unfortunately, it takes overnight to really make a lot of ice, so I'm sad I had to dump my ice for the 8 hours it felt like between having to check out of Marriott Willow Ridge and check in Branson at the Meadows. Okay, well now after all my praise, we found our first problem, that we did not really have any problems at the Willow Ridge. So yeah, it seems like just the light bulb is bad. I don't know.
Every time I wiggle it, it comes on for a second, but then maybe not.
Yeah. So
I don't know if it's the bulb or the lamp.
I'm gonna bet it's the bulb. Okay, so maintenance came real quick. This was much better again than Nashville. Just came right away. Investigated. Unfortunately, couldn't really fix the overhead. Apparently, they're having problems with these controllers, or they called it remote, all over the property, and I guess they don't have spares or something that they can just swap it out while we're here, so that's kind of unfortunate. They did manage to get this light working. It turned out to not be the bulb, but the fact that their plug back here was so loose and worn out, so we plugged in to the other plug, obviously, which is great as long as that thing is working. Does that seem to be charging?
Yes.
Okay, so at least that works, but this is again another one of those reasons why I tend to carry an entire power strip with me, just because I do not trust the plugs to be good in these places. I'm lucky if I can find one that works, and I bring my own extra plugs because it's kind of ridiculous. I don't know why they don't just change out the outlets. It's like a 20-minute job for people who are not professionals, so and the plug outlet things, when they were out, you could get an industrial one, or you could just change them. The plug thing like this is not in bulk. Just going to a local home goods store is under $10, probably under $5. And if you probably went on Amazon and bought 100 to have on spare for a place like this, or 200 or something, it's probably $1.50. Especially with the chintzy plugs they're using. So just change them out. And just as I was getting ready to speak the pluses again, we went to open the fridge with some gallon water jugs in there, and they fell out. that didn't go that well. So hopefully I can put the fridge back together. Okay, you know, I keep trying to be positive, and you know, really, none of these things are really big. They're just kind of funny or weird. Like, for some reason, for the secondary bathroom, the door handles are such that for the wash your hands part, not the toilet or the shower, but like just the hand washing thing, the locks are like on the outside, right? And then the lock for like the bedroom is on the outside or something, which luckily, like the actual bathroom area, the lock's on the inside, so that's good. But we can't really figure out, like, why would you want to lock somebody in, you know, from exiting this way, and then lock somebody from exiting from the bedroom through the bathroom? I can't figure it out. I think they're on backwards. Like, I really think they're on backwards. Except, I mean, if you look, I don't know, maybe you could swap that around. I don't know enough about if you can just flip door handles. But, like, why? Yeah, okay. Not a big deal. We'll just keep the door closed, but very strange. Okay, so it took a little hunting. They do have a sauna. It's kind of beside this person who runs a massage parlor back here, I guess, so we can't just come in. We have to ask them to unlock the door to get to the dry sauna, which is kind of weird. They don't have a steam room. Oh, it looks like he left it open for us so we can get in and out. They may just want to know who's coming in to use the sauna. And then later on, once we're done in the sauna, we'll show you the hot tub and the pools.
Okay, so
And yes, they do have like an entire locker room where you can come and get changed. Okay, and so this is the actual dry sauna. It's got a little door, kind of the traditional turn the thing on timer, set the temperature up to hot, which I think the guy did. Turn on the room light. So it takes a little while to heat up. Yeah, it's not very hot right now, but it will heat up. This is a nice little sauna. Let's see, hopefully it does actually heat up. And this here is their indoor pool that they have. And then walking by the indoor pool, we can see they have an outdoor pool set up with a couple different ones there, sort of ones a little higher up. And then over here to the left is the hot tub that they have. So here at the Club Wyndham, Branson at the Meadows, I have to say a couple things have come up since we just got here yesterday. Interestingly, the beds, I don't know if you can make it out. It just kind of slumps in. It's kind of hard. Definitely not as good a bed as the Marriott Willow Ridge, but I still slept pretty well, so I'm gonna give it a couple more nights to see how that is, if it gets worse or not. We did figure out that there's a reasonable setup for working in here. You can use the main kitchen, so you can just have your laptop. There's a plug there. And then you also have the option over here. You could sit probably there, use the plug there. So that's good. However, the internet here sucks. I forgot that Wyndham sometimes, maybe often, have this problem. But I think I had it when I was in New Orleans. I had it in Nashville. I think I had it in the Smoky Mountains. The internet disconnects all the time. It's very slow. It's very hard to do things on it. You're constantly re-authenticating. I had hoped it wasn't specific to the ResortNet 2 or whatever, but it does seem to be, at least the free internet is just kind of bad. So that's a kind of a huge negative for my use case. Well, the first bugs I've seen. They're little water feature here, and a cool little pond. Oh, and then they also have like these little things out into the pond where you can sit very nicely. You can't fish. That one's got a nice little setup with a picnic table and a blue like umbrella thing. That's gotta be another outdoor pool there. And yeah, we got some chairs. Not as nice, I don't have the rockers that the Marriott's had, but it's still nice and like a cool little pool and fountain to look at. They also seem to have a duck house with a real duck, contrary to what Megan thought. Yeah, man, at a number of these places we found foul wildlife, various birds. Another pool thing. Oh yeah, this must be the koi pond that they were talking about. Oh yeah, huge fish. Look at that, big fish. More fish. There's one closer to the surface. And yeah, they have like a little duck house. You can see it better from this angle. And like right now, I almost should have brought my regular camera. This looks great. And then here we've got like a bench with like an actual bench swing on chains again, looking right out over the koi pond, I guess. Megan seems to have found what might be, is that a barbecue?
I don't know. Very heavy.
Oh. No, I think you're in the, oh, I don't know. I would have said you're on the wrong side of it, but oh, Jesus, that's something. I think you can do charcoal with that, maybe. You might need some help.
Oh, fire.
Yeah. I don't know what this is, but that's like a Chad kind of thing to lift the lid up. If this is the saltwater pool for adults only. Well, no, it doesn't really say that. It's just like another little pool.
Well, it says that on the thing, what does it say?
And this is only 1.5 feet deep, so that's not even, this is a kiddie pool, I think. Yeah, because it's right next to, look, it's right next to like this thing here. Got a little playground here, basketball court over there. Not much to show, just a normal one basketball thing. Chat about this. There's another pool and hot tub. Regular pool. There's a little hot tub over there, which Chad might go check out. Over behind like the Meadowbrook parking, there are some of these charcoal like park style grills. Another kind of like water feature, cool little walk bridge thing out of wood, and what looks like another pool. No hot tub at this one, but there is another pool. This is actually kind of neat. We've never seen anything like this before. It's a good idea. If you have non-perishable goods before you leave, apparently you can give before you go and help out, I don't know, a local food bank or something. Of course, most of our stuff that's non-perishable is kind of perishable in that it's frozen. We don't really have a lot of canned things that we get or take to timeshares. Interesting chairs. Like a hammock, kind of? Here are the shuffleboard course that they have. And over here on the other side of all the pools, they got horseshoe pits. And some kind of pavilion. Oh, and another playground over here. Let me get closer. So I think these are all the kind of the same style. But yeah. You can see there's a little playground in here too. Is this a pickleball court then? A little pickleball court with no walls, could be dangerous. And a pool table. And like a big...
I don't know if these are fans or heaters.
Huh. Got some kind of stage, I guess? like a stage and whatever. Pool table looks covered, so I don't know if you can just start using it, but adults only saltwater pool, we think. 8 a.m. to 11. Yeah. It's kind of a standard pool. I don't know if I'd call this Villa Roma style, but this is very non-square. It's like mind-bending. Yeah, here's another path down where I might have felt safer on the grass. I don't know. But it does look cool. And the backside of this little windmill thing and one of the pools. So I think, like I was saying before, you know, not as fancy, but this much bigger resort has all sorts of amenities. Most of it didn't seem to cost anything. Just welcome, start playing ping pong. So one other thing that we wanted to comment on, the difference between the Wyndham here and the Marriott, it ties into the internet being really bad here at Wyndham, but also at the Marriott, not only was the internet pretty good and perfectly usable for all sorts of things, but the TVs had the neat and kind of nice feature that we've started seeing in like Hilton hotels and other hotels where there's Netflix on the TV. These don't have that, and of course that's always frustrating because it's nice to just click on to Netflix. So really, ideally, all these places will get up to speed, get Netflix on the TVs, however that is. But I think in this case here at pretty much most of the Wyndhams that I've been to in the center part of the country, they need to fix their internet. Then they should do that. Because Netflix at disconnecting every couple of minutes, it would just be an exercise in frustration. Okay, so trying the second bed, the other bed in the room, that bed is okay, and the bed in the master bedroom is okay, so potentially we just have one bad bed, which I probably had an opportunity to tell somebody about and didn't, but I'll try and remember to let them know on checkout. Whether they do anything with that information or not is kind of up to them. We did have one exciting thing happen today, which is that the vent cover on top of the microwave just kind of decided to break and fly off when opening the door. And apparently it's one of the oldest model of microwaves at the resort, so they don't have spare parts. Maintenance came very quickly though and tried to figure out a way to fix it, and ended up kind of being able to tape the existing one back on just for safety's sake, and then probably at some point they'll have to just replace the entire microwave because they're not doing spare parts for this model anymore. So we also reported some odd noise we got from the disposal. It seems to work okay, but the sink was draining a little slowly. So swings and roundabouts, kind of similar for most of the Wyndham locations we've been at, where there are a couple, little maintenance things that come up. But when they do, the teams come quickly, as do housekeeping for bringing things like toilet paper and stuff. But it is definitely, cementing home that this isn't maintained as well or with quite as high level things as like the Marriott Willow Ridge. Okay. So this is the area where you can sit, one of the better areas for using your laptop, and as you can see, get power right over there. And right behind me, unfortunately, is the HVAC system, and as you can maybe hear, hopefully, sounds a bit like a jet engine going off just right there, for no reason that anyone can usually determine why it's making noise or why it's kicking on at this time. Here's a little bit of video of the indoor hot tub and indoor pool at the Wyndham that I just thought I should show. A little more detail than we got last time. And then also, this is the Starbucks that they actually have in the main club building that we didn't see before. Okay, so over some of this footage that you've seen before of the nice central area here at the Wyndham Branson at the Meadows, I just wanted to kind of pull together my thoughts about this location. So it's another one of those where there's a lot of mixed things. There's great amenities, there's lots of things to do, it's very good value, I think, but on the other hand, as I pointed out in many of the clips, there's just a bevy of maintenance things, oddities, and just little things you have to work around when you're staying here. So that brings it down. So finally, I guess all I can say is I don't think that this is one of the best resorts I've ever been to, but it's certainly nowhere near the worst. On a tug score, I end up giving it a 6.5.